Okay, let me start myself. So, in general, statistics is the study of numbers. So, without numbers, statistics is nothing. Wherever quantitative data comes, wherever counting comes, wherever measuring comes, there all we can apply statistics. So, wherever calculation comes, that is. So, if you take an example of classroom, in a classroom, number of students will be there and their height will differ from each other. So we can measure height of each student and we can come to certain conclusion. So average height of the class is this much. And we can measure the weight of the student and we can tell, so average weight of the students is this much. And even we can count the students. Okay, that I am doing, but you be attend the class. Okay, so here we can count the student by their percentages in 10th standard. So 90 above, 80 to 90, first class student, ordinary students, failure students. So again we can give certain conclusion there by counting the students, by referring their percentages in the school. So like that we can do certain calculations. So wherever that calculation comes, there statistics comes, where we want to give conclusion exactly, accurately with one single term, that is average. So by measuring here we can tell. So we measure height of all students, and measuring all student height we come to a conclusion by calculating average. So that center point we identify and we give. Okay, this is the average of the students. So we can also we can give with proof also. So these are the heights of the students and this is the average. So just blindly we are not telling here. So stat doesn't tell anything blindly without referring anything. So with proof it gives certain information. So if you study the definitions, so here definition given by various persons. So here definition can be divided into two terms, that is a singular sense and plural sense. So singular sense means it tells just it is a method. It is just method of recording the data. And plural sense tells it is beyond a method. It do various aspects. Okay, what others tells about this we will study now. Okay, first statistics, in that also we can measure it as a statistics as a method. Singular sense also methods, and statistics as a numerical statement. Statistics as a method and statistics as a numerical statement. So first we'll discuss what is how it is a numerical statement. So here statistics stands for the numerical information from which certain conclusions can be drawn. So here certain conclusion can be drawn with help of what? Numerical information. So your height, just now I took the example, height of the student. So we measure all students' height. Then by calculating averages, whichever is suitable to that, we give a conclusion. Okay, this is the height of the student. And we can compare with one population to another population. Prerana College students to other college students' height. Prerana College students' performance with other college students' performance, we tell in terms of number. So this is the result. So last year 100% result is given by the Prerana College, and compared to other colleges, certain colleges have scored 99.9%, 99.8%, 98%. So like that, with the proof we give conclusion here. So 100% result we have given. So compared to other college we are better. So like that, here we tell in terms of numbers. Okay, that is numerical statement. In this sense, the word statistics used as a figures or numerical information. So in a numerical statement, it tells that statistics is a numerical statement. Okay, so 100% result, 95% result, the score of the student 60%. So 60% indicates overall result, whereas that 60% contains the marks of 6 different subject. If we come to individual student also, so individual student were written 6 subject, and that 6 subject marks we don't count individually, just we tell in the single figure, that is percentage. Okay, so that is also a numerical statement. So stat, we can say it is a numerical information provided with the help of numerical data. Okay, and here for example you can say anything, that is height of the student, weight of the students, marks of the student, sales, production, profit earned by a company. So many things, wherever number comes, statistics comes there. Okay, then second one, numeric method. So that is a, sorry, statistics as a method. So here it is, why it is a method, like other subject. If you take accountancy has certain methods to follow or write the transaction in the book of accounts, how to write, how to prepare final accounts, that is profit and loss account and balance sheet and all. Like that, statistics also give certain methods to collect the data. So first we have to collect data to do anything, to give a result. So certain method if we follow, then only we can give accurate result. If no method is followed, so if you want to compare the result of our college student with the other college students, just we can't go randomly in market and we collect the marks. So we have to take the attendance sheet of our college, list of the student of our college, and collect the information from them. Then only we can give result of our own college. Okay, so like that, here statistics gives the method to collect the data, analyze the data, interpretation, for everything it gives the data, how to represent after collecting, also how to calculate. So those are things, for each and every aspect it gives certain methods. So statistics is a method. So further I will read here. Statistics stands for the method of collection, presentation, analysis and interpretation of numerical information. So again, numerical information. Okay, it is screen is lagging because of the network problem. Okay, so just check the network in your area there. If network is very poor, screen stuck there. Okay, or you may leave the screen also, so then you join back again. Okay, so that is statistics refers to the method of collecting data, presenting data, and analyzing and interpretation of the numerical data. Again, numerical data, that means it study the numerical data only. If no numerics, then statistics that doesn't come there. Okay, then next we'll see statistics as a plural sense. So here Professor Horace Sechrist, the definition given by Professor Horace Sechrist, he has given the definition. Professor Horace Sechrist has given the definition, that is, statistics may be defined as the aggregate of facts. I'll write them one by one. Aggregate of facts. Second, affected to marked extent by multiplicity of causes. So there are 7 points. Just I will explain one by one. So first, it is the aggregate of facts. Aggregate of facts means it doesn't study or doesn't take only one aspect. Only suppose we want to tell the result of the entire college. By just seeing the result of one student, we cannot give result of entire college. Just one student passed. By seeing his result, we cannot tell our Prerna College has scored 100% result. So that is wrong. So it is the aggregate of facts. That means here it counts various number of items. It measures various items, number of items for the same aspect. And suppose if you are telling the height, average height of the students, just can't take one student and tell, okay, a student to whom we have selected and measured his height, if he is 6 feet, then we can't tell that entire college average height is 6 feet. No, because all student, if you measure again, so there may be less than 6 feet student, more than 6 feet student. And when we count, we measure each of the students, the average may be different only then. So here it take various number of observations. It counts them or it measures them. Then it take into consideration of all those observations. Then it gives the conclusion. Mere just one single, it doesn't come under statistics. Okay, and also we cannot tell your 10th percentage by taking, if you have scored the highest marks 100 marks in mathematics, so we cannot tell that your percentage is 100. Just if you scored 100 out of 100 in Kannada language and remaining subject you just scored around 50 to 60, by seeing the Kannada subject we cannot tell that a student percentage is 100. That is wrong. Okay, so if we count all the subject marks, then it is an aggregate of facts. Then it gives accurate result. Okay, first point. And second point, affected to marked extent by multiplicity of causes. That is, whatever data we collect for statistical analysis and we give conclusion. So they just doesn't come directly. So whatever we study or whatever item we take under our study, they are affected by various items or causes which bothers them every time. For example, your height. So height of students cannot be same because of their hereditary, their foot, whether they are sports person or not, or how and with whom they have spent the time, how they spent the time, whether they are spending time by playing or just sitting in a room and reading, or what kind of exercise they are doing. A person who is playing basketball, his height will be more. Whereas the person's playing kabaddi every time, he will be more fat. His height will be very short. So like that here, various aspects affect our observations. Okay, and even if you take an example of crop in the agri field, so it is dependent on the weather condition, whether rain is coming or not, and whether sunlight is good or not, whether that person has given various ingredients or not, like potassium or various fertilizers or not, insects or not. So like that here, that crop is dependent on various aspects. Even if you take vehicles moving, accident may take place. Risk is there whenever one is traveling on road. So like that, here various aspects affect to our study subject matter. Then third point, numerically expressed. Numerically expressed. So here statistics data are collected in numerical form, and it study only numerical information, numerical data only, and also it gives conclusion in numerical form only. So best example is your 10th percentage. So 10 percentage is expressed in the numbers only, 60%, 70%, 90%, 99%. So to that certain extent we have given a technical term called first class, distinction, like that. But distinction also said that certain percentage, if you cross certain percentage, then only you are distinction student. Okay, so again that distinction takes 75 or 85 to 100 percentage. Okay, so that percentage one sees here. Okay, he is a distinction student. So what is his percentage? So always their statistics express every information in terms of numbers. Okay, and next point, enumerated or estimated according to a reasonable standard of accuracy. So here enumerated or estimated means calculations will be done. So after collecting the data, we come to a conclusion after calculating certain things, by calculating averages, or maybe by calculating variations or deviations, or calculating skewness, or maybe calculating correlation, regression. So different thing we do with the data. So all are here, all those things whatever we do in statistics are reasonably standard of accuracy. They are given by studying well in advance how accurate they are, whether it is used to calculate such things or not. For example, mean, that is average, formula is summation fx by n. So this fx tells that if we go to the definition of mean, it's a sum total of the observation divided by the total number of observation. So sum total, that is we add all the observation. So if you want to calculate the height of the students, average height of the student, so we measure height of all the students. Then we add each of them. Then we divide it by the number of students, to how many students we have measured. Then we get the average height. And this formula, so F means number of students. If X, we count if same height is had by more than one student, instead of writing them all the time. So we just count them and okay, 5 feet, 5 students, 5.1, 2 students, 5.5, 8 students, like that. Then we multiply it and then we divide it by the total number of students. Then we get average. So this is analyzed by the statisticians earlier only. Then they have given, okay, this method should be applied for this particular calculations. So we use them and we calculate the whatever things we need in statistics. So it is enumerated or estimated according to a reasonable standard of accuracy. Okay, next it tells collected in a systematic manner. So data collected in a systematic manner. So whatever data we collect, so that in methods we learn that statistics is a method of collecting analyzing, presenting the data. So collecting. So for collecting the data, it gives us certain methods. Okay, so they are in a systematic manner. How to collect the data? So in the group of various kind of population, heterogeneous population, not only homogeneous. If in a homogeneous population, it is easy to collect the data, but the population is heterogeneous. So if you go to other college, if you want to study the average height of science students, then we have to collect science students only. So in Prerna College, it is easy because it has only science students. Okay, and you people don't bother if voice is breaking or screen is breaking. I am recording this video. I will upload it later. Okay, so it is because of network problem. Don't bother about it. Okay, if here 1 or 2 words, here network is good, it's around 100 kbps. Just check your network speed there. So if it is less than 20 kbps or 30-40 kbps, then that things will happen there. Okay, so what we are discussing, systematic manner. So in other college, if you go where PUC arts, commerce, science students are there, also ITI diploma courses are there, so then it is difficult to select science students. Okay, so for that reason, it gives a systematic manner in which, or method by which, applying by which we can collect the data. So we can select a particular persons or observations only from whom we need. Then also we need, by applying that method, we can collect the data. So which will be accurate. And then last point is for a predetermined purpose. 6 point, for a predetermined purpose. And 7 point, placed, mute yourself there, mute your audio, placed in relation to each other. Okay, last 2 points. So for a predetermined purpose. So for what purpose we are collecting the data? That is defined well in advance. So that even the data collector, he should know for what purpose he is collecting data. Otherwise, the chances is more that he may collect wrong data also. So just if we say them, that person, we want to find the average height of the students without mentioning science students only, then he may collect any student's height. Even he may collect degree students, or even he may collect the school students' height also. So if you mention it clearly, which student from where, school, college, or degree college. So if you mentioned it clearly, then it is easy to collect the data, accurate data. So here, predetermined purpose. So we collect the data in a systematic manner. For again, already the purpose is determined, and we place the data in relation to each other, that we separate the data. So which data relating to whom, so we separate it and we write in particular table or with homogeneous aspects only. If we take example, height of the science students, I said, but again we can divide the science students in 2 categories, boys and girls. So boys height separately I can write, and girls height separately I will write. Otherwise, if you mix both, then it will give wrong conclusion. Okay, because normally the boys height is more comparing to girls, so we cannot mix both of them. So we can write the data whatever we have collected in particular place. So with particular aspects only, homogeneous category we can do and write the data. Okay, so this is the definition given by Professor Horace Sechrist. And by this definition, we can analyze or here define the characteristics of statistics. So all characteristics of statistics are comes under Horace-Sechrist definition. So these are also characteristics of statistics. The definition also characteristics. So now we'll discuss that is methods singular sense, statistics as a singular sense. So here in singular sense it tells that it is a method. Statistics is a method. It gives method to collect the data, to analyze the data, and here methods are depending on the kind of data. What kind of data we are collecting? It is numerical or non-numerical or qualitative or quantitative. So depending on the different kinds of data, it gives different methods which we applied. So they tell that it is the statistics is a applied science to particular aspects only. Okay, so by taking it into the consideration, different persons have given their own definition, starting with A.L. Bowley. A.L. Bowley. So A.L. Bowley tells that the science of counting. So A.L. Bowley tells that statistics is a science of counting. So that means here stat tells how to count the things, how to count the observations which comes under our study. So observation may be anything here. It may be persons, the things, or animals, or trees, or the product produced in the factory. So various things to which we are studying. So our study material, how to count it. Different items are counted in different ways. So counting means just not only counting here 1, 2, 3, 4. So here counting may also comes that measuring them, measuring the height of the students, counting the marks of the student. So various aspects. So it gives the method of counting, and also first he defined just it is a counting. Then later A.L. Bowley defined statistics as the science of averages. So A.L. Bowley first he said counting. Then later he said averages. So science of counting he said earlier. Then later he said science of averaging. That is, the statistics gives the averages, that it gives a single figure for a mass of info data. Okay, it give the centermost point, centermost area, the height of the student. So starting from 4 feet to 6 feet or 7 feet. So just 5.5 feet average tells that the students are lagging around 5.5 feet. They are maybe around 6 feet also, and also students may be around 5 feet also. So like that here it is the science of averaging, how to find the average. And again here average, there are different kinds of average applied for different kind of data. Okay, so here different 5 methods we learn: arithmetic mean, geometric mean, harmonic mean, median, and mode. And all these 5 methods or averages are used for different kinds of data. So depending on the kind of data, these averages are applied. So that is a singular sense. Only one method is helpful to find or give a conclusion to a particular kind of data. So that is given by whom? A.L. Bowley. Earlier counting, then later science of averages. Okay. Next, another person by name Boddington. So Boddington, he tells that statistics is a science of estimates and probabilities. So Boddington tells statistics is a science of estimates. Why estimates? because with help of statistics we can estimate for the future value also. Okay, so by analyzing this different number of tests conducted during the academic year, so we can estimate if a student score for 20 marks, he score 19 marks. For 100 marks, how much he may score. And by previous observations, the amount of rainfall during last 5 years, we can estimate for the current year or maybe for future years what would be the rain. And even population from past 50 years experience, 1950, 60, 70, 2011. So by seeing the population, how it is changing, we can estimate for 2021 and even for 2031 what would be the population. So statistics is a science of estimates and also is the science of probabilities. So which are uncertain events that also can be done in statistics. Okay, and the next definition is given by Croxton and Cowden. Two persons, Croxton and Cowden. So here these two persons said that statistics is the science of collection. So 5 aspects: collection and presentation, analysis and interpretation of numerical data. So here Croxton and Cowden, they said that statistics is a collection, that is how to collect the data. It gives the method, what are the different methods to collect the different kind of data, and what are the methods to present that data. After collecting the data, how to present it in the table form or in the graphical form or in the form of calculation, how to present it. It gives that method, and also it gives how to analyze them. So that is, analysis means here how to estimate the averages or different kinds of calculations, or maybe finding the deviations or variances, and checking whether they are positively skewed or negatively skewed, or what is the correlation. Depending on the data, it gives different method of analyzing it. And finally, interpretation, that is coming to a conclusion. So what it tells, so student percentage is 60%, so he is a first class student. Student percentage is 35, then pass class students. So like that, here one can give the conclusion by interpreting the results given by these methods. So that is the given by whom? Croxton and Cowden. So these are the definition in a singular sense. So by these definitions, we can find certain things here. That is, first one, statistics is an operational technique. So operational technique means no doctor surgery. Operational means it is the activity where certain practical things comes. That is, collection of data, separating them, presenting them, analyzing, calculation. So these all comes under this. So we can say in one word, that is, it is a operational technique. Then second one, it is a processing. So it helps in processing the raw data. So raw data means, first one, it is operational technique. Okay, so it helps in analyzing raw data. So raw data means the data which we collected directly from the field by conducting a survey or maybe observation. So when we collect, we cannot use it directly. So we have a number of questionnaire, taken the feedbacks from the different number of persons from different places. Just we cannot tell or come to the conclusion directly by just seeing the question papers. So we have to present it. We have to minimize the data, so that if it comes in one single table, anybody can see it and analyze it or maybe used for next calculations or analysis. So this statistical methods helps in minimizing or using the or utilizing the raw data in whichever manner one wants. Okay, and the third one is, it is basically a tool of analysis. Tool of analysis. So how to analyze the data? Which kind of analysis is fit for particular data? So here your percentage with your habit, whether they are, what we can come to a conclusion, whether your habit is affecting your percentage result in examination. So here for that we come to correlation, association of attributes, or if when it comes to height or percentage marks. So if you are studying only marks, then what is the average marks? So for that it give different tool. So here statistics provide a tool to analyze different kind of data. Okay, and next it is processing is done by statistical method of analysis. So different methods we use and analyze the data. It provide the statistician and it provides methods. Lastly, interpretation of data. So after analyzing, that is after calculating the average, we can give a certain conclusion. After calculating the variances or standard deviation or different kind of deviations, we can give a conclusion. Maybe we can tell whether which side all the observations are concentrating, positive side or negative side. Okay, so different conclusion we can give by analyzing the calculated figures. Okay, that is called interpretation. So here the definitions and the things or points given by these singular sense definition we discussed. Now do you have any doubts here?